Oh, I got his ass now.
I hate that guy.
Race can change the rest of your life.
Those absolute clowns at 15bmx.com.
Oh, I do my best. What if it happens then? It's good.
My butthole got stretched a little bit.
I got a tight little butt.
I'm about to light this shit up. Coffee Chatter Live, where you guys at? Oh, Canada. Coming out of the answer tent right now. Pop Dog Millionaire. Let's make some noise. Sorry, Nighthawk. Whoa.
Give it to me, baby. Show 195, Rock Hill recap. We have a bunch of fun stuff to recap today. Pretty stoked to get into it. We're both wearing blue. Both wearing Answer S Squared Claiborne Get Yours Today gear. Palm Dog, what's happening?
First of all, to all our golf fans out there, we know we have so many. Happy Masters Week. What a time to be alive.
Happy Masters Week. Every single golf fan out there, golf sickos like us, this is one of the coolest weeks of the year.
This is the best week in the year when you're a golf fan. We won't get into it too much, but a hell of a time to be alive. AnswerBMX.com. Get yours today. Rock Hill BMX. What a weekend of racing it was. We got so much to talk about. I feel like it's awesome.
Yeah, we do. I saw some dude in the chat is like, are you guys going to talk about the Curtis Rico incident? Yeah, I think we're going to get into it a little bit. ProGate Europe, winning start to the Great Gate. Cam Wood, Jeremy Smith, Joris Daudet, great starters. ProGate Europe.
ProGate Europe, they absolutely unleashed a few starts this weekend. If you want to get a start like them, the best place to start practicing is on the gate that you're going to be racing on. It's ProGate Europe. Get yours today. Yeah. I had Ariel come talk to me this weekend. She was talking ProGates with me. What she was asking was, what's the difference between ProGate and ProGate Europe?
I've got that a bunch of times too.
And you know what? Doesn't matter what the answer is, because you need to just get a ProGate.
Same, just a little different.
It's all it is. It's like me and Tori wearing blue shirts. One says Claiborne, one says Answer. It's like same. It's just, a little different.
Under the same umbrella.
Yes, exactly. Speaking of ProGates, though, let me just quickly say, Rock Hill needs to update their ProGate Europe. They're running a system. Let me just put it this way. The system of ProGate Europe lasts years and years and years. I think the one in Rock Hill is nearing 10 years. It's still working great, but it's having issues because, they've been running the same thing without the new technology. ProGate comes out with new stuff because it's better. Rock Hill needs to upgrade to the new stuff. I'm just going to say that.
I got to say, that one's always been slow.
It has, hasn't it?
You know what's weird, though? So get this. 2015, the before the rain race World Cup, me and Connor and a bunch of people were training there the week or so before. It was a rocket the week before. Like, it was legit fast, like snap on red, you're not hitting it. Go to the race, it's slow. So I don't know if like the UCI brought in their own RAM or if I don't know if a ProGate guy in the US came in and changed the timing, but the timing was noticeably different. And then since then, every time I've gone there, camp, racing, whatever, it's been slow.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think the UCI brings their own RAM, which annoys me because I think they should actually bring their own RAM around.
I think they do.
I didn't know. I don't know. Because the times we go to fucking Argentina, we don't have a new gate, like a new RAM there, I don't think.
Yeah.
Maybe they bring a backup? Maybe they bring a backup.
I think they bring their own RAM.
I think they need to start bringing a full setup. Like, I think UCI needs to buy a full setup, RAM, call box, everything from ProGate and run that. The newest one they have every year on the circuit. That's my thing.
For sure, Pierce has gone in like in the past, and I don't know if he's changed the RAM or what, but he's definitely like gone through it and make sure it's like the air pressure and everything's standard. So it's always like the week before the race is always going to be different timing than the race, which is a little frustrating, but I get it.
Understandable. Yeah, it is frustrating, but at least the race, you know what you're getting, or you should know what you're getting if you show up to race day. It's just nowadays everyone practices for weeks on end before, and then it changes. So that would be a little weird.
Although
if they do that
is if you're smart, if you're the national team coach or whatever, just go to Pierce, get the exact specs of what he has it at the World Cups, or Jan, or I don't know if Jan does it now, or who, if he tunes it or who tunes it, but anyway, I'm sure someone still does. Then just you get the exact specs, which I'm sure it's not like a secret,
No, I'm sure it's public knowledge. Like,
and
it's,
then if you have like your
yeah.
own supercross track or whatever track, just put it to the exact specs, and theoretically it should be. I mean, it's probably never identical, but it's probably very, very close.
Very close. Yeah, it's not that difficult, and it starts by just getting a new one. Just get the newest system.
You know, it's been wild though. Remember that one year in Salt Lake City when USADX changed the Rams from one day to the next?
Oh.
That is some tomfoolery. That is some tomfoolery.
That was the biggest slap in the face move that was ever done, I think.
Dude, get this. So Reno one year, like 2014, they switched the Rams between first and second round.
No way.
I think it broke, so they put an old one in, but then none of us knew, and it was different timing. And then they went back to the old one for third round onwards.
Sick.
Legit. That's legit trickery.
That just, it makes a difference for people out there that don't know. Like, it makes
it makes a difference.
Significant difference.
You don't know, you're getting in the gate and you're just going to smoke it.
Like, those millimeters are like, that's huge. They're that milliseconds, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah. We're like, elites are playing with nothing with the start. So if you change it even a tiny little bit, everyone's going to notice.
Oh yeah. That's bad.
I've never done. It's like, some gates like, oh, it's fast. And then one's just a tiny little bit slow. We're like, oh, this one's slow. I would love to see a frame by frame of them side by side and see what the actual difference is. I bet you almost couldn't even tell, probably.
You'd have to go extreme slow-mo. Like, you probably need a special slow-mo camera to tell, because in a regular video, absolutely you can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we can tell when we're watching, you can normally tell if it's significantly different, but like the ones, like if we're talking the gate this weekend in Rock Hill to the new pro gates, it would be hard to tell in a video without sound and seeing it like hand on hand. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting though. I'd love to see like, how much is it? Like, is it a centimeter? Is it an inch? Like, what is it? Yeah.
Like, you probably can't even tell almost with the naked eye.
No. The ridiculous part is they're talking about like this being an old gate. Rock Hill is a top-notch facility. I would say they have the funds to do what they want. I don't know if that's a fact, but they definitely, like, they make sure their track's up to, perfect condition. Dude, so the gate has been having the same issue, I think, for a handful of years now, where it's an old system and the battery in the box is very old. So it does this thing where it's like, low battery, please charge. And then what they do at the track is they just unplug the handle from the cord, and then they just plug it back in and it works again for a while until it happens again. And so this issue that's been happening for years and years, it's just, everyone's been putting a Band-Aid on it, saying, just unplug it, plug it back in, it should be fine. Dude, I was doing it all weekend and they were having issues at the race. It was brutal.
Fuck it, my roof's leaking in this rainstorm. Let me just stick a stick of gum up there and plug it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The fact this has been happening, they haven't like done something significant about it, was like, of course it bites them in the ass the one time they get to like a big race.
Yeah, we can't have that.
No, you really can't.
No. Before we get into Rock Hill racing, just want to give a shout out to a couple of my riders. Proud of how they all did. Shout out to Mackenzie Gayhart winning U23 on Sunday, as well as Alicia Mitchell winning 36-40 women's cruiser. So proud of you both. Good work this weekend.
I don't know if I have a Skittles incident that we can talk about. I guess we can get to later. We'll get to it later when it comes up in the show. Not an incident. Comment.
Okay, we'll get into it.
Right now?
No. What I don't know exactly what you're going to say, so we'll get into the women, and then you can.
All right, it suits in one of the race days. It suits with what we're going to talk about. So,
all right, perfect. So let's start off with the top. We need to talk about the B Main Friday, the marathon that was run in clip shoes.
We're going to give people what they want. Just start off with the absolute hottest topic we got going on right now.
I don't know where to start, but the fact that Rico was pissed about the move, I completely get it. It's a B main. Obviously, he got fucking cleaned out. But the fact that he left his bike in the first corner and ran across the track like a lunatic with his clip shoes all the way to the finish line is one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
I love the move. I mean, I love the play by Rico to do it, just because it's so, nobody was expecting that. Not one person was like, that's a normal thing to do. But I will say, based off what happened, like based off Curtis taking out what seemed like the whole moto in the first turn in a B main to go on and then take somebody out in the last turn as well, was just unbelievably ridiculous. So if I was Rico, I'd be fucking pissed too.
I mean, yeah, you go into a B main with the goal of going, okay, let's let's race hard here. Let's just not crash or get hurt and just move on to tomorrow and whatever. It's like kind of whatever place you get. I mean, honestly, if the move was for like a podium or a win in an A main, it's certainly aggressive, but I think it'd be fine. He stayed up. But the fact is, for a B main, it's way over the top.
You got to know time and place.
It's just way over the fourth in a semi or something, or I don't know. That's cool with me, but B main that's too much. I mean, you can't. Why are you doing it at a B main? There's no reason to, in my mind.
I think everyone understands that. Most people understand the circumstances that is a B main. You're not in the final. There's barely any money up for grabs. There is points up for grabs, barely any. You race your ass off, but you know you're racing the next day too. You're not there to make a killing. You're not there to get a podium. You can't be fucking doing moves like that in a B main. That's just not acceptable.
No, like I said, the goal is just race the race, get through it. If you do well, cool. If you don't, who gives a shit? And then you come back for the next day.
You don't just chalk line the first turn and just put everyone up in the turn and just make a fucking mess. And like,
what you don't do is what he did.
Yeah, that was bad. That's not a way you're going to be making any friends. I think he's made some enemies now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the fact that Rico got up after that and was just off his bike running, like we said, not only like if you're like, hey, you went over the tree, you get taken out, the motor gets taken out, you get on your bike, you roll past the finish line, you know where you're going first. After you're rolling, you're going to that guy, you're going to Curtis and be like, what the fuck, dude? But the fact he didn't even do that, he just ditched it. He's just like, I'm just going. Bike's just staying there. I'm just hauling ass is hilarious.
What I want to know is, would you just leave his bike in the corner or just laying there?
From what I remember, like I could try to find the video. I'm pretty sure he got blasted. Like, moto explodes. He goes over the turn and like obviously falls away from his bike. He's separated from his bike, just gets up, starts walking, I think towards the third straight as they're coming down. And then I think he just starts hustling. He just starts following. I don't know.
So I know this isn't a high level production, obviously, for the live stream, but we need the camera guy. They need to cut to the camera guy in the stands, and that guy needs to be filming Rico chasing Curtis.
Straight up. We need a follow cam.
We need to see what's happening. We can't just see Rico come across the line. Chris Luna looked very concerned after him too, just walking at the finish line. Like he was standing at the finish line, and just watching Rico chase Curtis. And then obviously the camera view is you just see Rico run past the camera. We need to cut to the guy in the stands, and that guy in the stands should be filming what's happening. We need, like, this is juicy stuff that draws people. People love this shit. Like, we need to film this stuff.
As ridiculous as it is, this is sport right here. There's emotions in stake. Like, emotions are high. People freak out. They do, I don't know, irrational things. Let's say like you're in the heat of the fucking moment. That's what draws eyeballs. When there's a fucking play in the NBA or hockey, when there's a fight in hockey, the cameraman doesn't turn away. The camera just goes to them. The play stops and everyone goes to it. And they're not condoning fighting in hockey either. It just happens. We're not condoning incidents like this to happen. But when they do, that's fucking part of sport, unfortunately.
100% you need to
film. And even if it's wrong. Yeah, if it's wrong too, okay, you film it and then, okay, it's wrong, but you apologize. You deal with the consequences after the fact. We need to see that shit, dude.
No, we can't just not show what's happening. I mean, this is lunacy, what's happening. We need to see it. Did anything actually happen?
From what I heard, he didn't make it to Curtis. People stopped him before he got there. And that's just unfortunately too bad. I mean, Rico's probably like, okay, that was good. Thank God they did. But like for us as fans, I mean, we want to know, we want to see them get together and get each other's face and see a little, scuffle.
It would have been interesting to see like if he actually would have got to the finish line, what would have happened?
I think there would have been like in your face yelling, shoving, and that would have been it. And I don't see it going much further than that, but that would have been awesome. I mean, that would have been fantastic. That's exactly what we're looking for.
I think that's all that happens. Yeah, obviously. He just probably gets in his face, like, you're a fucking idiot. What are you doing? Type of thing. Yeah.
And like rightfully so. And then, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been good. Yeah, we need to see that.
I will say, I heard a piece that I don't know is true, but I heard it from somebody else, a rider that was there at the track, that said something like USA BMX or somebody was trying to hold Rico's bike and not give it back to him until he like apologized or something like that, or apologized to Curtis. I don't know who exactly he was supposed to be apologizing to, but I heard that and I was like, that's unbelievable too. You can't be doing that.
If anyone should apologize, probably Curtis to Rico. No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like you can't be just holding somebody's bike and not giving it back to them until they do that shit. We're not playing checkers out here. We're professional sports. I mean, like, come on. If you want to give the guy consequences, you give him to an after the fact. You don't hold his bike.
Yeah, that's outrageous. If that happened, that's outrageous.
So yeah, who knows? Like I said, who knows if that did? But yeah.
Did they ever talk, or like what happened in warm up the next day at the track? Anything?
I didn't hear anything about them talking. I can guarantee you they're not like best buddies, though. I can guarantee you, Kurt or Rico isn't like friends with him, or maybe friends, but he's not happy. I don't think they're friends, dude. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, if I was Curtis, I'd probably go over and apologize and be like, dude, I'm sorry. That was over the top, blah, blah, blah. But
probably should have. Don't know if he did, but probably definitely should have. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, some people just don't care either. And it's whatever.
It's a way to make enemies. If you don't care and you're not going to do anything, like it's just a way to make enemies in a sport that you don't want.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I hope we get to see them come together again later.
It's been some good shit like that this year.
People are getting heated. There's passion on the line right now. It's fucking awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some heat. So Josh, while we're on the subject of B mains, do you have any more to add on that situation? Or?
I was gonna say Romain. We got Romain in the chat, Mahieu, our boy. Mm-hmm. He was saying moves like
first of all, does he race anymore? Or does he just go drink coffee and eat smoothies in Australia and hang out on the beach?
He's like a one race every 2 months kind of guy, I think. And minimal, he's like, maximum once every 2 months. Comes for Oldsmar, wins every lap, he can't other than mains, and then just goes back to Australia. It's unbelievable.
Takes a 15-hour flight on Qantas back to Sydney.
He was like, he said though, moves like that wouldn't happen if the 8-meter hill was built in the inside of the first corner. Now, it would be harder for that to happen. But I mean, guys that make moves like that are going to find ways to make moves like that.
Okay. On that note, so on that day, I heard, and I need someone to confirm, but you guys had, like, they made like the classic line, like on the jump into the corner where you can't just go all the way to the chalk, right?
Correct. They made it on the jump. Yes.
Yeah. So like, do they have cones or what they have?
So kind of cool. I'm a fan of this actually. They had those, football end zone markers. Those little pylons at the end of the football end zone at the corner. Okay. Yeah. They had 3 of those things lined up. So they're just stuck on the ground. So they're always in the same place.
Perfect. I heard for the mains on Friday, the B mains and stuff, they didn't put them back. So they were just wide open into the corner.
I need to find this B main ASAP.
This is what I heard from, I heard from one of my riders in the B main.
Where do I find the B main?
So, hey, dude, if that's the case, that's just, we can't have that. You go all day, and then all of a sudden in the main, when the thousands of dollars are on the line, you can just cut the track into the turn.
That's insane.
We need to confirm, because I heard this from a rider in the B main. So I want to know if it's for the A main too, because that is just unacceptable if it's for the A main also.
I'm going to assume Pole BMX or USA BMX did not post this blasting that went on. So let me just go. I'm just going to fucking, excuse my language. I've been F-bombs all around right now. I'm going to go to the live feed and just find my way through here quickly as we talk and make sure of this. Because
honestly, that's really bad if that's the case. Like, you can't do that because it obviously can change the entire lap or race day in
100%.
One decision. Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely not the feed. Let's go back here. We need the long feed. That's the long feed. Yeah. So what do you think of like having those kind of pylons though? Because I kind of like that, because the big pylons, when they have those, I think they're a little dangerous personally.
Yeah.
I think if you have the tiny little like I wouldn't even call them pylons, little cones. I think those are almost too minimal. So I thought that having like because
it has some give also.
Yeah. You need something with a little give, but going to cause like an issue if you run into it.
So yeah, clearly if you hit it with a pedal or clip it or go off the track, you're not going to flip the bars. It'll be fine. You'll just send the thing flying.
I think so.
Yeah.
Can
we confirm?
I'm having trouble finding it right now. I got about 3-4 hours worth of stuff to try to siphon through here to find the mains. It's a problem. It's a problem right now. I got to be getting close.
Yeah. So that, I mean, obviously that's a problem. Was it windy on Friday? Obviously we'll get into Saturday, but was it windy on Friday?
No, it was great actually. I will say conditions were fantastic. Yeah, a little like obviously the standard breeze, I'll say, but that's about it.
So.
Where's the what time? What? Oh, that no wonder. Okay, now this is a little easier. I'm going to be able to find it. I'm looking at like 10 p.m. I think right now on this thing.
There's like live stream embedded videos. I'm pretty sure from the Friday.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. T. Let me find something for you. Here we go.
We just talk about amateurs having to race mains at like 1 a.m.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. You'd think for Fridays, if they're going to do it nationally, you either have to, I guess you can't start earlier because of practice. Like having kids race at midnight, that's like, I mean, I don't know the right word, but they shouldn't have to run at midnight. I think USWBN should cut opens and stuff for Friday to help speed up the race day a little bit more.
Oh, I'm on semis right now. Huh? We're finding something. Yeah, because that's tough for them, isn't it? The fact that they're going to that late and they just get up and ride again the next morning.
It's brutal.
Crazy. Yeah.
We're just killing time until we can confirm the thing.
We're fine. I'm sorry. I just found the semis that ran at 8:20. So what do you think? 8:45 or 9 o'clock where the mains at?
Like around 9, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to 9 then. This is what we do. People don't understand the lengths we go through for the show. You know, we will just
stuff isn't planned.
We're deep diving right now. We found it. We're here. We're getting through the first. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, okay. There's the move again. Awesome. Okay. They're in the gate.
Talk us through it.
How many people are just pissed off me? Okay, so we'll talk it through. They're in the gate. They're about to stand up right now. I can't see anything. I see Sylvan in the B main. That's always a surprise. You don't expect to see him there. Let's be real. Okay. We're all standing up. We'll talk about Sylvan, but man.
You just double click and tap 5 seconds forward. You know that, right?
Well, I would, but I'm on my computer. How do you do that on a computer?
Oh, God. I think you just don't touch anything. Is my go.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say the right arrow probably, but we don't know for sure.
I'm an iPad guy, as you know. All right, they're down the first straight right now. Pretty good start of Sylvan. Boom. I see I see orange pylons. I see 2. I can't see the third one because there might be a flag in the way, but there's at least 2.
Okay, so they did have pylon. Okay, we're good then.
At least 2. I can't see the third.
So glad we wasted 5 minutes on it then.
That was great. Great conversation right there, wasn't it? Unreal.
Yeah, never mind. I guess it was all right.
Unreal.
Daddy Joris getting it done on Friday.
Dude, guy game through, hey?
Let's talk about this 3 days. Let's talk about the 3 winners. So we got Joris, Cam, and J Smooth. All rode exceptionally well. J Smooth getting his first elite men win on Sunday. Man, he rode outstanding. Like I was expecting, honestly, Isaac to whole shot being in 1, hit the gate pretty hard and got shot at the back, obviously. But J Smooth, I think, came out at like 3 or something, put together a great start, first straight, and just rode a really clean lap, like mistake-free, really smooth, and just looked like a veteran getting it done, even though it was only his first ever win.
He's just been like chipping away, hey? You know what I mean? Like it just feels like he's been on a really good train lately ever since Oldsmar said it was home track. But even there was like he was moving all weekend. He was having great starts, putting together great laps from what I saw. I mean, I was racing, so I didn't see every one of them, but he was riding really good. And I think it's a little surprising because he hasn't, obviously that's his first win, but at the same time, the way he's been riding, it's not like it's unexpected either. You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's not unexpected. I mean, he's so good. He's such a good starter and clean everywhere. Like you think he might already have one.
Once he got the whole shot too, I mean, it was never a question of is he going to hold on to it too. It was just like, all right, Jay Smooth's going to ride and win.
And like the thing we were talking about in the previous show, like he's been fast in Rock Hill every single race. I think the track suits him well. And now it kind of seems like things are coming together for him. It gets on the podium in Oldsmar. Now he wins his first race in Rock Hill. At least trending
really well. Everything's looking really good for him. We'll get into some of the other guys, but like there's a good little battle going on now in the US again, I feel like, which is kind of cool.
Dude, Cam's whole shot from 7 on Saturday was fucking savage.
Dude, out of nowhere it felt like to me too.
He was in Corbin's kitchen out of the game.
Unreal, dude.
Served
He
himself an
fucking
omelet.
popped one off again.
Just cracked 4 eggs and served him up himself a fucking omelet on his Corbin's frying pan.
So Corbin, you want your eggs? You want them sunny side up or you want them fried? Because I'm about to just unleash one.
One of those cutoffs, and we've all had it done to us when you gate and then you just have to stop pedaling because someone's just in your fucking kitchen.
You got nothing. There's nowhere to go either.
It's just like you just accepted that you are being dominated, and it's not a good feeling when it happens. But sometimes you're beside someone fast like that, and it just happens.
Cam's turning into that main event killer. Like he can go through a day like that where he wasn't spot on everything he did. He's fast and he was fast, but there are little things. It's like one race wasn't the best. The first day wasn't the best for him, and then the main event he just unleashes one. But it's happened over and over again. Like the multiple finals now, he's done this.
Yeah, he can put it together when it counts most. I think he's best under the gun.
Seems like it. This guy's has to perform well under the pressure. He does.
Joris quietly just chipped away a win on Friday. Impressive stuff.
Yeah, that was under the radar. I think we said going into the weekend, a little under the radar, being in France, whatnot. I don't think he's a big fan of like the gate and the hill being short and the tap manual especially. And the dude just found a way to perform when he needed to. Top elite right there.
Cam Larson, pretty unlucky not to get a win, honestly. Like we've been talking about his speed and wondering when he's going to kind of get back to that winning form and step up like he has in the past. And boy, did he ever this weekend. He just didn't get rewarded for a win, but I have to think one's coming soon for him, especially with how well he's riding.
Dude, he's putting himself in so many good positions. It feels like each day it felt like he was about to, and I wouldn't even say breakthrough, but he's about to pull it off, get a win, get a second. And he just, I guess I would say shitty luck. Like he's just wrong place, wrong time, like just by a little margin, maybe. Yeah. Sucks for him a little bit because he's ripping right now. He's hauling ass.
Looked hungry.
Yeah, he did look hungry. Yeah. And I think he's always been successful here because he finds a way he works the hill well because he just pedals right through the transition, gets the 2 pedals at the bottom. He basically doesn't stop pedaling till the first jump, which a lot of guys are, myself, I did the stop early, late pump, and he just floors it through it. Yeah,
it's impressive stuff that's coming pretty commonplace. I gotta say the tap manuals and stuff on the first jump, doesn't translate well to the viewership.
It's not cool, is it, for a Supercross?
It doesn't look good. No,
it's not. It's lame, dude. So I was talking with Adam actually. It's crazy. All it would take to get rid of that tap manual, but also have a very safe first jump, is just make that 2 or 3 feet of grass area just like a pit.
Mm-hmm.
Because like then it's still safe for those, you're trying to make it safe, quote unquote, safe for everybody to try, which is annoying as hell. But you make it safe so people, but all you have to do is jump like 3 feet, which is hard not to do for people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It doesn't translate well. And I think, it's interesting. There's the constant debate. It's like, well, do people watching, does it make a difference to racing? Does it look is it more impressive to actually have a double or gap jump? And the answer, yeah. Like it might be, it's noticeably different when you have a gap first jump compared to that. It looks way cooler with a gap jump.
I agree 100%. There's a reason why they brought it in the first place. It's exciting.
There's more separation too, because there's a premium on jumping technique and skill and pushing through a jump or catching good backside. That's brought to more of a premium when you have a gap jump as opposed to the jump like the first jump in Rock Hill.
Yeah. We're not fans of it. I'll be honest. Something I want to talk about is like, I want to talk about it when it came to like the Saturday racing, but it's kind of is in the same boat now when we're talking about this first jump. Is I think we need to do a better job. Like I don't want to say USABX specifically, but kind of them in some situations, maybe not them, but the tracks, because they do a really good job at this sometimes. We need to do a better job at putting out a product that we're proud of. Times like the first jump, that's not a cool product to me. I don't think it's a cool product to watch. When it comes to mainly when it came to the wind on Saturday, us racing Supercross and Amside, we're just racing to get the race day done with. The product we're putting out to me is not awesome to watch.
Agreed, except I guess the argument to that would be it doesn't make a difference to anything, is I think what people would probably say. Because like they're still going to get the same amount of riders to the race, and it's not like they're going to get less. Like we don't have paid spectators or people paying to watch, so that doesn't really matter. So it kind of, I think we're stuck in this like kind of rut where it doesn't make a difference, unfortunately. And like, I agree with what you're saying for sure.
Mhm.
I think that's the argument. So then people just don't care.
Yeah, I hear that side too. I didn't really think about it that time. Like having a product that you feel like is cool and that's like your product is that. It's very awesome. It's very cool to watch. It brings in spectators. You're right. We're not bringing in the spectators. They're already there. No one's paying money to watch. So it's like, I guess I wasn't really thinking about that part. I still stand by like we need to have a little more care for that, but it is, I guess, not needed. I don't know. It's talking right now.
Our sport has been in such a circle for fucking ever. Like I think the generation before me and now, and it's like riders get unhappy with something at a race. Fair enough, whether it's wind or payout or track design. Everyone complains about it and like thinks, okay, we need to do something, blah, blah, blah. This is crap. Then a little bit of time goes by. Everyone just kind of forgets about it or just accepts it. And then we're back to square one. And it's just like the same circle and nothing actually happens ever. Like nothing actually changes.
Yeah. That's frustrating. It
is, totally. Because we've all had the same frustrations with everything, 100%. And there probably has been a little bit of change here and there, but realistically, not really.
No, there really hasn't. At the end of the day, like it's every once in a while something happens and people stand up. Like the whole, I think, walkout back in like 2014, 2013 in Nashville.
Yeah, and then obviously in Rio at the test event, like we got stuff done there. Those are two instances that I can think of where like actual change happened, positive change.
I want to give credit to Alise and Lauren because they tried to make a change, I think, this weekend a little bit.
For those people that don't know, obviously, maybe talk a bit about what happened on Saturday.
Yeah, so Saturday, if anybody knows, it was windy as fuck out there. Like it was blowing, I think, we're talking kilometers an hour. It was a steady at least 25K from what I was reading on our apps, basically, and up to 60K gusts. And when they say that and people are like, oh, it's just a gust, dude, there was significant gusts of wind that was up to 60K.
Like
so it was windy as hell.
Like 40 miles an hour for our American listeners.
Yeah, windy as shit. But everybody just got up to practice. You know, no one really said anything. We just got up to practice, started doing our thing. Everyone's kind of complaining, saying, oh, we're not doing the pro set. No one wants to hit it because it's windy as shit. A couple guys.
Oh, sorry. I interrupted you before you said it. I was about to ask if anyone did it in practice.
Yeah, so I think Wade Turner, Bodi's brother. So they're there. Wade, I think, did it actually in practice, and he was like the only guy.
Of course, it's Ozzy that does it. Fuck it.
Yeah. Everyone's like laughing. Like we're like, all right, somebody send it. Like kind of as a joke, but we're like at the same time, I even like me and Jason were joking, like somebody gonna send it or just go try to do it so we can see that it's not possible, kind of thing. It's like, yeah, you could get through it, but it would be dangerous to race on. Anyways, we're like, okay, well, we're racing the hill, but we're gonna race the amateur side because that's safer. It is what it is. But it still just feels ridiculous that we're doing that. Like the wind is fucking windy. Everyone's manualing the first jump. Maybe a couple people jump it here and there, but this is where it comes to me. Like I'm talking about that product. Like we weren't putting out a cool product. It still I felt kind of unsafe, to be honest. Like, and the problem is there's no one really for the riders no one of the riders are speaking up, and there's no one for the riders to speak up to at USA BMX, I don't think. At the UCI, even, it's sometimes tough too. Like if it's super windy, some people like want to talk to somebody, but they don't always know who. At least there, you kind of know that's who the guy in charge is. Normally there's one guy in the UCI that's in charge that you can talk to, or you can even talk to the rider reps and we'll know who to talk to. But at the USA BMX, I don't always feel like there's somebody to talk to. So before practice and kind of after practice and before the race, I was sitting there with Lauren and Sylvan and maybe Ryan too. I can't remember, but we're kind of just bullshitting. That's like, yeah, like, what are we doing? Like, this is ridiculous. It's super fucking windy. No one's really jumping. Why are we racing? No one's standing up to say anything. Everyone's just going about it because no one wants to be that person to step up and cause a scene or, look bad because they're trying to like say we shouldn't race. When really it was unsafe. It was possible to race, but it was unsafe. It wasn't possible to race like we were supposed to, meaning like you're not jumping the first jump. We're not jumping the pro set. Like if that jump was proper, if it was a gap jump, we wouldn't have raced the Supercross hill. We would have just raced the AM side, right? So getting back to the Lauren and Alise part, right before the racing kind of happened, they were on the top of the hill with all the girls, and Lauren and Alise were trying to say, like, guys, it's ridiculous. Why are we doing this? It's super windy. we're just manually, we're basically pumping the first jump. Why are we doing this? We should just make a stand, prove our point, and say, like, guys, like, it's too windy, let's leave. So they kind of banded together, the girls, kind of last minute, which was unfortunate. It was very last minute. You're on top of the Supercross hill.
Was this like right before, like literally right before first moto?
Yeah, it was literally right before. Like, everyone's up the hill. The Supercross Open class is already gone. They're next up, and they're like, okay. So they kind of, what seemed like, banded everyone together and said, okay, let's turn around, let's walk down the hill. They start leaving. Maybe a couple of girls weren't really sure what to do. Maybe said they were going to race. And then all of a sudden you hear, like, Shannon say, like, gates running, basically. And Lauren and Alise are at the stairs about to walk down. And then all the other girls kind of did the, the head turn. What do I do? And they heard the gate come up and they just hop in the gate because maybe they wanted to race, sure. But also maybe they just didn't know what to do. They didn't know who to follow. But what I thought was bold was Alise and Lauren not turning around and getting in the gate. They said, no, like, we're standing up for what we believe in. We're just going to walk off and we're not going to race. And they didn't. A lot of people I think maybe would say that's ridiculous because then everyone else raced. But it's like, I'm coming back around to the fact that we raced and put out a product that I would say is kind of lame. We're just manualing a Supercross first jump. We're riding a small side, not really riding what we're supposed to be racing on, just to get a race done.
So Alise and Lauren, were they saying, let's go race on the small hill? That was their
No, I don't think so. I think they're just like, why are we racing? Like, this isn't what we came here to do.
Oh, so it was like racing in general kind of thing.
I think so. Yeah.
Because my thinking is, like, if it's so windy that you can't jump the pro sections, and obviously a lot of the best riders in the world are there, and elite women and elite men for sure. It's a high level race. Like, there's no point to do the hill. Like, why bother? I mean, you're going to do the hill and the am sides. If you can't do the pro section of the third straight, why bother doing the first straight? And especially, like, watching, a lot of the guys were just like pumping the first jump too. Most people weren't even jumping it, men or women. At that point, it's like, why didn't you just race on the small hill? That would be the logical thing to do.
At the same time, because it's a tabletop, I think that's the other side of it, is like, why race on the am hill? If it's just tabletop, we'll just ride off the normal hill then.
Because
I think
it's for sure safer. Like, you're not going as fast, and you're not. I mean, yeah, the first jump is like that, but it's still a steep lip, and you're still going super fast. It can get blown over much easier than you could on the M hill for sure.
I actually do agree with that. You're right. It would be, yeah. You're going a lot slower. It's easier to stay in control.
Like, I think there's still a significant difference between the two.
I was coming back around the whole day too. If it's that windy and it was as bad as it was, why are we even doing it? Why don't we just, the problem is the money comes back around to money, and, you don't want to reorganize or reschedule and all this stuff. But it's like, why don't we just reschedule this for another day and do it proper instead of having the race that was had?
Yeah, I think it's crazy. This is the classic, like, BMX weather debate that happens every single time, is because some riders, even though most riders would agree that, yeah, it's too dangerous, it probably shouldn't be, they go, oh, I've come from South America or Australia, or I paid to come here, even from wherever, Florida, California, Europe. And it's like, yeah, it's windy, but I don't care. Like, I paid for it and I spent whatever, a couple $1,000 to be here. Like, I'm not going to not race. And it's like, I get it. I mean, if you pay that much and you want to be there, and, like, you sacrifice a lot to be there for sure, then I completely get why they just want to race no matter what. And then obviously realistically, it's easier for riders that get all their stuff paid and are making kind of a living no matter what, for sure. And so I completely understand both perspectives. With that said, you'd like to think that the safety of riders and everything takes precedent, but it doesn't seem to in these situations.
That's what I'm kind of against, I'll say. I had that feeling that it's like, our safety is not the first priority. It felt like getting racing done with was a priority. And I get, like, a business is going to do what they need to do to get it done, because, like you said, like, they're not trying to reschedule. There's people that are going to be upset if you reschedule. There's people like Bodi and Wade who came from Australia. Like, they're not going to want to see that race rescheduled because they flew all the way across the world for that. But it feels like safety is not the number one priority. And yes, we're in an action sport. It's going to be dangerous no matter what you do. But there are things you can try to do to, be safe when you can.
At the same time, like, with a 3-day race, if you have to cancel one of the days, like, is it really that big of a deal? I mean, historically in BMX, we've always raced 2 days. World Cups are 2 days. But I mean, until, like, recent history, really, everywhere around the world, including USA BMX, has always been just 2 days. So it's like, maybe we're all conditioned now to say like a full weekend's 3 days. And if you lost a day, say like, oh, we're getting like screwed out of our trip. But really, like if you had to cancel one day and you still get 2 great race days, you're still getting a full weekend of racing. You're just not getting like the kind of the third, like you can almost call it a bonus day.
Yeah. Dude, I guarantee you ask any pro, what's a full weekend of racing? None of them will say 3 days. It's always 2 because, dude, 3 days is exhausting. It's huge.
Yeah, and it is a little bit different of a race, I guess, Sunday because it's the UCI race and you don't get USA BMX points, I guess, and everything. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's still kind of the same thing, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it feels like then they'd have to reschedule something. We're going to have a little special guest join us on this one, T. Just give me a moment here.
Our guy, Romaine.
Is he there? Is he coming on? I don't know if he's coming on. I don't know what happened here.
He's connecting to audio. Dude, turn your mic on.
Oh, yep.
There. Can you hear us, buddy?
Yep. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how everything works.
First day on Chatter.
Hello, buddy.
What's up?
Dude, I missed watching you in Rock Hill.
I wasn't mad not to be there, to be honest. I wasn't mad. I thought of going there, but then it was like a lot of travel because I would have had, like, I wanted to come back here and then go New Zealand and then go back to Europe. But when I saw the weather, I was pretty happy to be here.
What'd you think about what we were just talking about, that situation? What's your opinion on it?
Well, like I said, I was saying it's pretty similar than you remember Bathurst 2020, the World Cup?
Yeah.
When Kai crashed. Before the race, there was like Nick, Kimen, myself, and maybe 2 or 3 other guys being like, "We're not racing. It's crazy. It's useless because it's."
Oh, your mic's off. Your microphone's off. No, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Do you mind just repeating what you said the last like 5 seconds?
So we were like just a few of us being like, "No, we're not racing," but there's always like 90% of the people that like at the track like, "I don't care, I'm racing." There's like $2,000 to win, and I'm gonna race. There's points for there was Olympic here, but there's always gonna be more people wanting to race and the other like being like, "No, we should just not race."
What's your opinion? Like at a track, if it's that windy, like Rock Hill or something, would you rather not race at all, or would you rather race on the amateur hill?
Personally, I would not race at all. I will not race at all. Then I understand some people pay the whole flight and they pay like it's expensive to race this type of races. So it's some money, but I think if we want to be professional, the good option would be to just like not race and find another option. Like there's another Rock Hill this year at the end of the year. Let's do 3 days in Rock Hill, like pro at the end of the year, if that one didn't happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's what
I was going to say. I think part of the problem is like when you were talking about how everyone was kind of talking about how you shouldn't race and whatever, but no one kind of knew who to go to. That's when pros need like one pro to represent everyone. So then if everyone knows like say you are the designated pro that represents the riders, then everyone just knows to tell you, "Yeah, dude, we shouldn't race." And then you would then go to the USA BMX and say, "Yeah, we're not racing." And you would represent everyone instead of everyone just kind of talking to the person next to them saying they couldn't race. They would actually know to go to someone. And even if it's not like an official position, just having someone represent everyone, I think, was needed.
That's what I was kind of talking to Lauren and Sylvan about like before the race too. I was like, the problem is like we don't have anybody representing us, and it would be nice to have like 3 girls, 3 guys, just be in a position where people know that they're kind of, let's say, the reps, and let's say there's one person at USA BMX that they can go to on those weekends. And so let's say it is this weekend, it's super windy, then whoever's there out of those 3, so maybe it's only 2 of the girls, maybe it's just Lauren and Alise, maybe it's just Joris and Isaac, let's say, so it's only 4 people. They can all kind of get ahead and kind of see how they're all feeling about it. Maybe they ask around in practice, "What do you guys think? And what are we feeling?" and they can go to that USA BMX person and say like, this is what we're thinking. Can we do something about it? Like it's too dangerous, or the AM side is fine. Like get a consensus from people and them. But there's never that like person or those people to talk to and then talk to the USA BMX either.
Yeah. No one kind of knows what to do. Everyone's just talking to the person next to them on the hill. What do you think?
Pretty
Romain?
much.
The thing is, everyone can check the weather like 3 days before the race. You know it's gonna be shit.
Yeah.
So try to adapt.
Yeah.
I don't know what's doable because there's so many races in the US. Like it starts at 7 a.m. It ends at 1 a.m. So how could you fit? I don't know. Maybe you can fit 2 races in one day.
Dude, yeah. One, you could, and 2, yeah. Like we knew for days before that it was going to be a shitstorm that day, and nothing really changed.
Every race doesn't matter, World Cup or USA BMX. We know the weather's going to be shit, but no one does anything until we get to like end of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was brought up. Someone brought that up years ago, and I can't remember who. We were talking about this at a World Cup, and they're talking about how like I think it's surf, and I'm not positive about what they do, but I feel like they have like a week window, and then they can just do it kind of on any of the good days, and they'll just pick like everyone has to go there for that week, and then it might be on the Wednesday or the Friday, but whatever day's the best, they'll do it on. And maybe we have to start looking at like that. Obviously, maybe not a week because it's obviously tough to do for like USA BMX, but it's like you could do it if everyone just goes there from Thursday to Sunday. You might have one day you could play with. Maybe you race Thursday, Friday, Sunday instead of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then.
How was the weather for practice?
Weather for practice. It was fine. Yeah, it was great.
So everyone was there.
Yeah, I mean, there was 3 separate. Was it 3 practices? When the fuck was practice? Thursday. There was like 3 separate hour-long practices. We went to the first one, which was like 3:00 in the afternoon. It was rideable. It was fine. Yeah, it was good. So, yeah. I think if you did that way format like the surfers do, though, there would be a ton of people to be like, we can't just go any day. How am I supposed to schedule my program for that specific? How am I supposed to peak for Saturday morning?
Like one day makes a fucking difference.
Are you guys? You guys remember?
Obviously,
in the UCI, isn't there now like a limit for wind too? Don't they? And they have one of those little wind meters they bring out there. Do you guys know? Or
you're the rider rep. You tell us.
I feel like I should know this, and I thought, to be honest, unfortunately, I thought ever since 2020 that they started paying more attention and understanding. If it gets to a certain point, then they're just like, okay, this is ridiculous. That's what I thought. Could be wrong.
No idea.
Has it been like put into place even so?
Well, I don't know. When's the last World Cup we got delayed because of wind? I can't remember.
There weren't any really issues with it last year, were there?
I just remember Argentina that we raced earlier on day 2 because 2019 was too windy, which was great. So we ended up having a good race in the morning.
It's because of the heat too, right? Because it's going to be like 40 degrees.
I think it was mostly the wind. It was crazy windy in the afternoon.
Yeah. I remember that. That's a good situation where they made a difference. Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, it needs to be some adaptation, not just okay. We're starting racing at 11:15, regardless if it's going to be 70K wind or if it's fine. That's probably not. We can't have that.
It's not. I don't think it's acceptable.
It's not on TV. It's not like we're on TV live and there's 1 million people watching. So we can just we can race in the morning and just put the replay on YouTube and everyone's watching. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Rome, what other hot takes do you have about the weekend? I saw you chiming in a little bit, you know.
The what? The hot takes?
Yeah, give me a hot take from the weekend. Give me some spice.
What did you see?
I mean, you're the whole Rico Curtis incident. How was that? You're a big fan, I know.
I'm a big fan of some drama at the track, but like frustrating it can be for Rico and be like, fuck that guy. And it was just like, I'm the moment you don't really think. That happened to me before. Like when something happened to you, you're just mad and you don't think of what you're doing and you end up doing thing and be like, oh, well, I was just mad. But yeah, like I said, it was just fucking B main. B main shouldn't be a thing, and I understand that it was pissed. I would have been pissed too.
Fair.
Yeah.
Classic. Rome, we got anything else for you? When's your next race, buddy?
Turkey.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm just focusing on the World Cups this year, mostly World Cups, Worlds, national in France.
We're gonna win one this year, Rome, or what's the plan?
I won one last year, so I'm gonna try to win 2 this year.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. Let's win a couple, Rome.
So that's why I'm like for the points, for Olympics, it's mostly World Cups that matters.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna race World Cups. So going to New Zealand next week for 10 days training, and then going back to Europe, getting ready for Turkey.
Just living the absolute life right now. I love it.
Living the dream down under.
Yeah, I'm not excited to leave. I'm excited to come back. I don't know when, but yeah, living my best life for sure.
Yeah. Well, dude, I'm glad you've been enjoying things down there. I hope training's going well, and dude, it'll be fun to watch you at the first World Cup. I'll be cheering for you as always. Yeah,
I'm excited. It's been good. I'm happy. It was after Olympics, it was hard. 2021 was it wasn't good. I wasn't having fun. I was just racing, but it wasn't good. So I'm happy that I had a good winter, good training. Yeah. I'm feeling much better. I feel like I made progress in a few things that I had to get better. So Osma was good. We'll see now in World Cup so how it goes. But yeah, looking forward. Oh yeah.
Love to hear it, Rome. When happy Rome, people be warm. When Rome's happy and riding his bike, in a good spirits.
Like I said, it's less racing. So every time I go racing, I'm happy and I want to do good. Because when I race every fucking weekend, I ended up at the end of the year like, fuck, I'm done. I'm tired.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Yeah. After the Olympics, you went and raced Turkey. You did that. And I think there was a couple other races, even into 2022. I was surprised you were doing so many. And I remember thinking damn, how is he not burnt out right now? Or how is he still have the same fire? But clearly maybe you didn't. And now you do now again, though, because you're not.
Yeah. So that big break was good. And we'll see how it goes.
Oh yeah, buddy. We'll keep training hard. Keep squatting heavy.
Thanks. I'll keep working hard.
Awesome. Well, dude, thanks for joining us.
No worries. Thanks for inviting me.
Keep throwing those comments in the live chat room. We appreciate it.
Yeah. I have some stuff to do, so I won't be watching the whole thing. But yeah.
Yeah, just come on and then not participate in the chat. All right, see you, buddy.
All right, see you guys
later, Rome. Romain Mahieu, everybody.
But yeah, interesting take that he'd rather kind of just cancel the race in the win instead of racing on the ML, which I get. It's like if you can't do it fully, fuck it.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I mean, I agree. There's some scenarios maybe if you agree go the other way when you have an opportunity like Rock Hill with 2 hills or off tabletop, you take it. But it's just I go back to the product. The product's not going to be as great. Why don't we just wait and do it properly? It's kind of like Zolder for the Worlds, and all of a sudden we just race on the amateur hill. It's like, yeah, we still got to race the Worlds, and you could obviously it's still BMX, but it's almost a different sport when you race off the small hill, and maybe a different sport's not the right word, but it's like everyone's in the same boat because everyone trained for the Supercross hill, and then you don't race the Supercross hill, you race the amateur hill, but it's almost not a fair test because it's like you just race a completely different track than what you were trained for and practice. Yeah. I don't know. It's like you do get the race off, but is it like entirely fair? I don't know. Something just feels weird about it to me. It just doesn't feel the same. Something feels wrong. We're not sticking to what we do. Yeah. So yeah. While we're talking about Saturday, we'll get away from the win. We'll get back to some of the other racing. Saturday was where the Skittles thing I wanted to bring up happened, which is kind of funny. Do tell. I didn't catch it. Yes. So 3rd round, we're up on the hill. So I'm watching the last girls moto go. I think I was the next one or 2 after. I think it was Lexus that was cutting Skittles off to the pylons, and she was getting cut off down the first straight enough that she had first straight, and to the point where she had no room to go. And instead of backing off, she just cut left around the cone on the inside and just inside the first turn and took the lead for the win. And I was on the hill, like legitimately putting my hands in the air, being like, what the fuck are we doing here? Yeah, like that is not what we do with our cone. Like the reason you have cones is to stop you from going too far inside. That's a line. And if you're going to have to go inside, don't just go into first, like at least slide into second. And then like, that's fair. That's racing. But I was like, oh my, what are we doing?
That's hilarious. I had no idea because I remember watching that lap. Yeah, they had a good battle down the first straight, and because obviously the camera guys in the last straight, you can't tell if someone cuts the cone. That's funny. I had no idea.
So then she ended up getting DQ'd for it in that race.
No idea that happened. Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because, long story short, because we found out because Kira didn't think she made the semi, but then she did make the semi because she was in that race, I think, and then got up a position because Skittles got DQ'd. Okay. Anyways, so that happened. And then the semi rolls around and Lexi and Skittles are in the same race again. I think there was some beef going on. I don't know if it was because of that move or not, but there was a serious cut off by Skittles into the last turn on Lexus.
Once again, I don't think I saw this because I don't think the camera showed it.
No, probably not. Because I think they were in third and fourth at that time. And it's like that corner, it's like they're transitioning probably, around the corner. Anyways, I had to bring it up because it was just, I think there was some beef going on that nobody really knew about. It was entertaining.
They're good friends. So I think they just leave it all on the track.
I think they're rooming together from what I heard. So yeah.
They're really good friends. So I think they're just leaving it on the track. That's funny. I don't think I saw the semi one. Like I saw her come out of the last turn, but I don't think I saw it going in because the camera was on whoever was leading. I don't remember.
Yeah. I swear girls get gnarlier than guys on the track, dude. We've said it before, say it again.
Yeah, women's racing is aggressive for sure.
Yeah, when they go to take that line, they absolutely will take that line.
Yeah. So anyway, good job, Mackenzie. Yeah, good work. Got to
make it work. Best.
Make it work. Got a good fourth that day. We'll take it.
They don't ask how, they just ask how many.
Amen.
Yeah.
Actually, let's get into the women. Where are we at? Okay. Great win by Alise on Friday. Looked really strong. I would say Peyton, one of the motos, whole shot at Alise straight up and beat her. Like Peyton's been pulling. Obviously Peyton won day two? Yeah, Peyton won day two. Got her first ever USA BMX win. Because I think she won.
That was her first one.
Yeah, because she won Sunday in Houston. That was the UCI day. So technically, USA BMX win. Good for her. That's huge. So
yeah,
good job on both of those girls. They rode great.
Yeah, she was flying out there. I mean, Alise, I got to give props again to Alise for just doing Alise things where she, from her social media, was like doing some Toyota stuff for like the days before going there. Just looks like she's on a media tour all the time, and then just shows up to race and performs when she needs to perform. You know what I mean? Like that's a professional doing her job.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool. But then, Peyton was flying this weekend, I thought too.
Yeah, I think Alise is exceptionally good at like compartmentalizing stuff mentally and just focusing on what she needs to do, because she's always doing a bunch of stuff with media stuff, or just she always has stuff going on, and she's able to really focus on what she needs to do when the time comes. She got beat by Peyton in a moto and just put it together in the main and put together a great ride and won. So really impressive. That's why she's a champion like that. And Peyton, she's been, like we talked about every race, she's been pulling. Like I think she's gonna win multiple races this year.
Yeah, I agree with that speed she has off the start. Absolutely. So.
Yeah, she's really improved her start technique too. It's a lot smoother motion with her body driving forward. She used to kind of go down and then pop up, and it was like two motions. But now she's done a really good job of making it a smooth motion forward, and it's paying off. She's much more competitive down the hill than she has been prior years, and I think also because she's young, I'm sure she's just gotten stronger as well.
Totally, yeah. I was excited for that final because Tegan was in lane 2. Tegan had just won her semi actually as well, and she was. I don't know. I thought she had something that day. I thought there was going to be like Tegan might have got out and had some spice for the girls too, but Peyton just uncorked one. So
we're holding stock on Tegan.
Holding stock. The stock I'd say paid off pretty good with Delaney this weekend again.
Delaney was fucking pulling, especially on was it the main on Sunday when she was battling with Alise and Lauren down the first straight?
I think so. Yep. I believe so.
Pulling. Yeah. Delaney, it's like, I think I'm waiting for her to win like multiple races and she hasn't yet this year, but I feel like it could come at any time.
It's on like the brink. Like she's in that area like Peyton where she's starting to be able to just pop them off. She's in the mix all the time. That's like one of these ones just going to click and it's going to work out. You know what I mean?
So fast. Like she's very streaky. Like she'll rip off a start once in a while. That'll just be not once in a while, wrong. Like sometimes I should say. And it'll just be like, wow, that was fast for a straight.
Yeah. It's one of those ones where it's like faster than you expect or faster than, her normal, not even her normal, but yeah, she pops one off. And like, I would say like the third round, it wasn't a main event, but the third round for the UCI day on Sunday was one of those ones too for Delaney. Even the main event on Saturday, she was right there on the outside battling for the lead into the first turn.
Yeah. Talk about popping him off too, Lauren. So Lauren didn't look like herself the first race of the year, and she hasn't raced in a while. So, maybe she just didn't have her best day. Didn't make the main. Sunday, holy shit, good first straight, led all the way, and obviously got Alise past her right at the line. But I'd say overall, that's a good win, like kind of, I don't know, moral victory for Lauren to whole shot a main like that against Alise and Delaney. And yeah, she got passed, but I mean, she won 99.9% of the race. I think that's huge.
That was sick. Good little, good way to finish the weekend, I think, for her. Cause I mean, yeah, let's be real. She wouldn't have been happy with Friday. Saturday, she didn't race with the wind. So then to come in Sunday, I mean, 3 laps to put it together and to at least, in a scenario that's as close to a main event as you can get with their third round running with the main events, she popped one off when she needed to, prove that she still has it. All the training she's been doing is still paying off. She just needs to get those race legs under her, and there you go.
How brutal is Sunday morning still?
Dude, it's a fucking joke.
It is a fucking joke. Me and Savannah were laughing out loud at your story you posted.
That's unbelievable, dude. We're up. So obviously we, as a Canadian team, we get a little excessive with what we do. We get there early, like we get there with, plenty of time to warm up, blah, blah, blah.
How early are we talking? Do you guys get there?
I'm like embarrassed to tell you, kind of, to be honest.
Let's hear. What time you getting there?
Racing starts at 8:00. There's pro warm up starting at like 7:15. We get there 6:15, 6:30.
Okay, that's pretty early.
Yeah. So here's our schedule. Why
are you getting there why are you getting there at 6:15?
I don't know, dude. I don't make the schedule. That's Adam's job.
That's really fucking early.
It's early. So our schedule was like, we had to ditch our bags at 6:00 in one of the other rooms. And then 6:15 we left for the track. 6:15 we left for the track. So we got there by like 6:30, let's say.
I mean, it's early, but it's not too bad. That's not too bad.
It's hard because it's like you go like 15 minutes before practice and just rush a warm up at that time, or do you get there a little earlier and try to get a big warm up in?
I think you wake up on the track.
You do it as it comes,
I think you use the warm up on the track as the true warm up.
You kind of have to, because it's tough. I mean, dude, the turnaround, like, yeah, you're going to bed. We went to bed, me and Ryan in our room, we went to bed at a very early hour, but still like 3 days racing. The third day, your body's hurting at that time. You're waking up at 5:45. Somebody just tried are you still there?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody tried to phone me. It just ended. Yeah. It's brutal. It's still dark out the whole time you're at the track. You're warming up. It's crazy. Not nice. We need to lock those mornings up.
I gotta say, I never really slept on race weekends, evenings very well, especially like those. I've kind of just watched the clock every 30 minutes until the morning, especially like before that alarm would go off. So, but yeah, I mean, I think like a 6:45, you get there, maybe spin a little and hop on the track is ideal.
Yeah. It's the best option. Sleep is very important.
You feel like shit no matter what.
It's brutal.
It's just so much to ask of your body. I mean, I'm a morning person, so actually, like, I hated it. I mean, everyone hates it, but I usually raced well right away because I was awake and some other people weren't. But it still just hurts. Like your hands hurt, your back hurts. It hurts to breathe that hard. You're already tired from the couple of days. It's just brutal all around.
Dude, for me, my grips feel so fat in the morning like that. Like for some reason, my hands must be swollen. My grips just feel fat. Trying to spin the legs, yeah, brutal.
This is what I miss least now that I'm retired. Is like out of all the things I don't have to do anymore, what makes me the most happy is that like that feeling you have when you're waking up, you're about to wake up. It's super early on Sunday. You're like cold in the hotel room. You're tired as fuck, and you're just like, I got to do this like all over again today. It's just like, and you're also nervous for the race. Like that anxiety feeling, like I'm so happy I don't have to put myself physically or emotionally through that anymore.
Dude, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Like I'll just wake up now and go downstairs and just like wake up and drink a coffee, and I just don't have to do anything physical. And it's a wonderful feeling to have.
We're all so jealous. We need to lock that shit up. I'm just saying, we need to lock it up. It's not appropriate. It's rude. It's disgusting. We so can't have it. It's
so funny. I remember when I was pro or racing elite, me and Sam and Denzel and Jason Carnes and Alise, like we'd all be in the red line rig at Starbucks at fucking 6 a.m. just like bitching about it. And then I remember like Javier Colombo would hang out with us every race, and like he'd be at Starbucks with us, and I was talking to him one morning, like Louisville, and he's just like laughing. He's like, yep, you know, when I was racing elite, we would say the same shit 10 years ago. He's like, you guys are saying the same shit now. In another 10 years, they'd be saying the same shit. And look where we're at. 2003, it was him. 2013, it was us. And 2023, here we are. And it's just, nothing's going to change. It's just one of those things.
Fucking hell. We're just, everyone puts up with it.
Yep. It's just never going to change.
No, it's not. Oh, man.
Yeah. Actually, though, after you get through the first moto, it's like fine, I find.
Dude, the first, that from 7:30 to 8:30 in Rock Hill at that time of the year is hell. You can't see anything going down the first and third straight. The sun's coming at an angle, but dude, it's right in your face. The shadows are massive. It's so tough. It's kind of, yeah, it's gnarly.
It's like in the evening down the second straight, you can't see shit.
Yes. Yeah. It's same exact thing. It's sketchy, very sketchy.
It is sketchy. Like you kind of honestly just go by feel and kind of pace it off in your mind.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Like you kind of know where like you pump this roller on the third straight. Okay. Pump that. I'm going to hit this, float where the shadow ends kind of thing. It's weird.
It's crazy that we could jump a pro section without even being able to really see it. Like we kind of just go off muscle memory and let it flow. That's wild. That's wild.
It is insane. Insane. Is there any people we missed? I mean, I don't know if we talked about, but shout out Bodi Turner, second win of his career. Feels like, dude, he was flying out there.
DJ Bodi, second win.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like, I don't know. It just feels like, you know, he was.
Oh, wind. I thought you said win.
No, second wind.
Oh, yeah. He's on his second win for sure. Getting on the box. He's on the box last 2 days, right? Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, he was on there Sunday too. So Friday, Saturday. No.
Saturday,
Sunday? Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
Pretty sure it was Saturday, Sunday, was it? Do
you want me to confirm that so we don't sound like assholes?
No, it might have been Friday. Anyway, he podiumed, I can't remember which days, but he podiumed 2 out of the 3 days. So congrats to him, man. That's outstanding. Yeah.
Yeah, that was huge. So I
feel like he's been around forever.
He has been around a while. Who else did we miss? Anybody we missed there?
Don't believe so.
Oh, I needed to talk about, I don't know if you watched the junior men final Sunday.
Oh, I actually didn't see this.
Dude, fantastic race. Fantastic. So
it was Houston, there were fireworks. Yeah, I didn't see this, but Andrew Rassi won, right?
Yeah. So side note, apparently Thunder Midget in the chat says Andrew Rassi raced 2 mains on his birthday. And I guess his birthday must have been Sunday, I'm going to guess, because he raced a main at 12:45 a.m. and 1:15 at night in the afternoon. So maybe that was Friday, Saturday, whatever it was. That's pretty wild.
Okay. I'm watching it now. So Cedric's hole shotting.
Yeah. Cedric hole shots the race. You're going to watch. Do you want to just
case the first jump? Oh, grab crank. Oh, I see what's going to come here.
Yeah. You got to narrate it for the listeners now.
Okay, he's jumping through the third straight, cutting off Andrew on the inside. Who's on the outside?
Popovich.
Popovich goes around him. E-pop, eat shit. Oh my God. Oh, Cedric.
So, okay, I'll say for the people listening, dude, it was a wild race. So Cedric got
wild.
What a race, eh? Cedric gets a pop in the junior final. I think it was Cutter Williams in second. Cedric kind of cases the first jump out of the first turn of the pro set. Cutter he gets it really well, actually. I thought he was going to blow by Cedric down the second straight. but kind of over the berm. I think Cutter goes a little higher than he needed to.
Wait.
Higher
Is
than
it
he
Cutter in
expected.
second down? It's Cutter in second down the second straight.
It's Cutter in second. Yeah.
Okay, I got him and Andrew mixed up. Okay, Andrew's in
Yeah.
fourth. Yeah, okay.
Rossi still won.
But Andrew's in fourth, like in the second turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So over the berm, Cutter goes a little too high. Kind of a weird second turn. I think that Cedric thought Cutter was going to cut him off. I think Cutter thought Cedric was going to blast him. And they both just kind of tiptoe through the second turn kind of slowly. It's so weird. And
then Epop swoops him and comes in hot.
Yeah, he saw that. I think it was just licking his chops, basically. Like, here it comes. And dude, he had a killer third straight. Popovich did. Rips by them on the outside and goes to cut them off into the turn, which he was clear of them, but rips on the inside of the last turn and just slides out right at the very end, takes himself out, takes Cedric out. I think Cutter kind of ran into them, and then Rassi rips around and takes the dub. Hell of a race.
Holy crap, that is so exciting. You got a bunch of talented junior guys, and you just throw them in like on the Supercross hill where they don't have a ton of experience, especially racing Supercross. You're going to get some good shit.
Right? You're gonna get fireworks. That's what they got.
Yeah. Wow.
So that was a good one. I don't know if you know of this kid, but this guy was phenomenal. Josh Jolly. He's from Australia. He rides Remix, I think. He was riding Super X Men, I think, the first 2 days, and then raced junior. I saw some videos of him ripping. Dude, the kid's a talent on the bike.
Sorry, I was just looking at my phone. Who were you talking about?
Josh Jolly. I think
he's a good rider. Yeah, he's really fast.
Yeah, I think he's Australian, rides Remix. That's what I was saying. But yeah, I think it must be first year junior. He's racing Super X Men the first days. Dude, he's a phenomenal talent on the bike. Holy smokes.
Yeah, he's a talented rider. He's I haven't watched much of him, but I saw him in Rock Hill this weekend. Yeah, he's got some good potential, that kid.
Yeah, so I thought I'd give him a shout out because it was cool to watch.
Rock Hill.
Anything else? I'll say South Americans in Rock Hill were making some pretty classic moves. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Pretty sus moves.
I had to say something to one of the guys Saturday morning warm up. I think I told you about it, but the dude on the windy Saturday morning practice, when it's windy as fuck, he was cutting over hard on the first jump. I had to go up to the guy. I wasn't even in the fucking gate. I was behind the gate. I went up to the guy before first round. I was like, "Hey, was that you that was like in lane 7 that did that move in the practice round?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hey, you got to stop that, dude."
Just can't be doing that in practice. Like, it's practice.
Dude, it was gnarly. I think he almost took out Cam Moore over the first jump, and he was like 7 to, I don't know, 4, 3, whatever. Pretty gnarly cutoff. That was crazy to see in a practice lap.
I mean, we're talking about practice.
We talking about practice, bro.
That's tough.
Yeah. I think that's all I got, though. Otherwise, anything else from you there?
Let's see if we got some quick shots. Let's get into some quick shots here. Let me see quick shots.
Oh, yeah, we got some quick shots.
We got some questions from the grandstands.
Okay.
Not quick shots. We were tired.
Hit me with it. Where are we starting?
God, I always say that too. From Sebas404, why is Cam still on V brakes? I mean, a lot of people are on V brakes, no?
Yeah, but the majority is on disc brake, and Cam's also on carbon rims. I think he just likes the V brake feel.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to get away from it.
People love to talk about brakes. Have you noticed?
It's a hot topic because it's you're a V brake guy or a disc guy. It's normally one of the two.
The guys, who gives a shit? They're brakes.
You want to know? We're bike guys, T. We need to know, why the fuck is Cam not riding? Why the fuck is he not riding disc brakes? Come on.
We need to know. Like, who gives a shit? How do you know he's not Sebas? How do you know he's not on disc brakes? From Tommy Kraft, does Eric ever say anything else besides Aussie or "Oh Canada"? I gotta say, the Aussie is getting a little annoying.
It's yeah. I mean, I won't say it's getting annoying, but I can see why. It's because Isaac is hole shot in so many laps.
It's not just Isaac, but the "Oh Canada" I think is getting annoying too. I gotta say, I think Eric, my guy, does an awesome job, but the Aussie and "Oh Canada" is getting a little old, I think.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
In my humble opinion.
Yeah, it's not like we know what to say, but that's fair enough. I mean,
oh no, fucking Eric's the man. He's on our show. He's on the intro of our show. He's the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's getting a little annoying.
That's fair. Yeah, I hear that.
From Ben Homeland, top 5 Australians ever, male and female. in the same list. Oh, this is fun. I like this.
This is tough.
All time.
What a
Wow.
question, Ben.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we can easily just throw Sam right there.
You'd almost have to go Caroline too, right? Because she's world champ and stuff and World Cup champ. So Sam and then Caroline.
Sam and Caroline. Yep. At this rate, do we go recency bias and do we throw like Lauren and Isaac?
Yeah, it's tough for Isaac to see. I'm sure he will be, but he's young and he hasn't had a full career yet.
Yeah.
I'd say he's already accomplished more than like Anthony Dean, probably, right?
Shit. Hey, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't actually, dude. Anthony Dean had a sneaky good career. Like he won the Grand. He's won the Grands before. Got a bunch of World Cup in USA BMX podiums.
Yeah.
Olympic finalist.
Yeah.
Kaylin won a USA BMX title. And
yeah,
won a
I mean, Kaylin's in there for me.
I would say Sam, Caroline, and then KY third.
Are we doing male and female together?
Same list, yeah. So like,
shit, same list. Okay, so Sam, Caroline, Kaylin.
Yeah, and
then
we
throw. It's really tough. I never watched the days of like the Wade boots. Who am I thinking of?
That's the thing. Like, I don't really know what like Wade did in his. Oh, fucking no! Never mind. Warwick Stevenson.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know Warwick's career, but he's got to be in there, right?
Oh yeah, it's Sam and then Warwick. I'd go Sam, Warwick, Caroline, Kaylin.
So we got 4.
Warwick won. I know he won one ABA title. I don't know if he won another one, but he also won the World Championships.
Okay, so that's 4 right there. Who do you throw in for the 5th? That's tough.
Might put Caroline in front of Warwick.
Okay.
USA. I guess it depends what she won a World Cup title and he won an ABA title. Okay, we'll stick with Sam, Warwick, Caroline, KY.
Who's our 5th?
Yeah, then it's hard.
You throw
Jared Graves has also had a good career, but he didn't really like. He's mostly mountain bike. Like he did really well in BMX, but he didn't race as much as the other guys. So it's like hard.
Yeah. You throw why am I forgetting his name? We've had him on the show. Red Bull.
Luke Medill. Yeah, I was thinking Luke. I don't think he did. I don't know all the accolades he had, but I don't feel like he did as well as like Anthony or Isaac have.
Okay. I'm going recency bias. Like in this is like an early call. I'd throw Isaac there.
Yeah, let's throw Isaac.
Maybe. Yeah. He'll collect them as he goes too.
They had some good Aussie women too in the past, like Renee Junga or Nicole Callisto. I'm just not exactly sure all they've accomplished, but they were really good too. Like world class. So
yeah.
Tanya Bailey.
Names I don't know, unfortunately.
But yeah, that's our 5. So we got who's our Sam? Warwick,
Caroline, Kaylin, Isaac. Yeah. What a 5.
You could sub out Isaac and probably add Lauren too. I mean,
yeah, like I think Lauren's career is so long, 3 Olympics. I mean, come on.
She got a world champ medal. I'd say Lauren's 5th.
Shit, yeah. See.
So we're gonna go our official list: Sam, Warwick, Caroline, KY, and Lauren. What a weapon of a list that is.
That's unreal. I need to stop swearing.
So good question. Good question.
Great question.
From T.O. Josh Larson, what happened to Alise on Saturday? It looked like she was, okay, never mind. We already got that one.
We talked about that. Yep.
How did pros feel about Saturday's win? Well, we got that one. Oh, this is a good one from Tegan Stiebel. Sorry, Tegan. I never know how to pronounce your last name properly. I should know that.
Yeah.
What is with the gate in Rock Hill flexing when it drops? Pros gates. Yeah. So it was. She's talking about some pictures that were taken. It's a he. But the picture I saw. Yeah. Sorry. Picture. He's talking about the picture, but is that the photo? Yes, it's the shutter speed of the photo. It's not the gate itself. Yeah. So I've seen similar photos like that in the past also. Yeah. I don't know the correct terminology. Nick Kimmon can tell you the exact terminology. He told that to Jay Smooth because Jay Smooth was curious as well. From Wyatt McKay, 1:00 a.m. amateur racing, USA BMX. Please figure something out. Yeah, agreed.
That needs to be figured out.
From Colt 45 BMX, best way to increase track speed. One of the best ways to increase track speed is by doing first, like one or single straight efforts or half laps, because you go way faster in a single straight effort or a half lap than you would in a full lap or anything. So that's simply put. I mean, other factors, of course, there's other factors, but those are some of the best exercises you can do to develop track speed. It's basically like doing overspeed. So it trains your nervous system to go faster than you typically would in a full lap. So when you go to a full lap, you keep trying to get up to the speed that you went to in a half or a single straight effort, even though you can't, your nervous system keeps trying to. So, which enables you to increase your track speed.
Bada bing, bada boom. Get a coach, get faster legs, get more powerful, be able to ride smoother, be more efficient on the track, and do half laps. You know, when you're with your coach watching and giving you feedback, there you go.
Absolutely. Riding technique also. I think a lot of people don't work on technique, but if you're hanging off the back or your riding technique's not good, it's a means to an end as well. You have to have good technique on the bike to be able to go fast and go fast safely, I should say.
Yeah.
I'd say we'll need to get a 40-yard dash time on Rico and his clip shoes. Dude, running in clip shoes is brutal. Like running in clip shoes is heinous.
That's a recipe for like a rolled ankle too. Those things aren't like the most sturdy things in the world.
No, they are. It's really easy to roll an ankle.
Yeah.
Well, Rock Hills recapped. This is always a fun race to recap, and I love doing these race recaps together because it's just there's so much fun to talk about riders that have done well and we think will do well in track and drama and everything. So I love doing these.
The drama is absolutely fantastic this past week. We need to keep up with that. The series we've had this year is absolutely phenomenal. We're having a great USA BMX Pro Series battles going on right now. Like it's ever fluid. Riders are changing positions, you know, all this stuff. So what a show.
What a show. Next pro race is Tulsa in a month, which will be an awesome race. That track is sick. We had Cam and Isaac both won there last year, so we'll be in for a treat.
Expect some more fireworks. I think it's going to be great. And you know what? Thanks to ProGate Europe, winning starts with a great gate. There's an absolutely phenomenal gate, ProGate Europe in Tulsa, waiting for those riders to come pop them off. You need to get one.
You need to get one. Remember, snap on green.
Snap on green, everybody.